The rich Bachelor of Benin. In the heart of the ancient Benin Kingdom, where red earth kissed the feet of bronze-crowned kings, lived Osazuwa, a man whose name echoed through the palace corridors and village squares. He was the richest bachelor in all of Edo land. His wealth flowed like the Ovia River. His compound was a mansion of coral stones, guarded by fierce leopards carved from ivory, and his voice commanded respect even among chiefs. Yet, Osazuwa's heart was heavy. Years ago, when he was just a poor bronze caster's apprentice, he fell in love with Esosa, the daughter of a humble palm wine tapper. Their love was pure, like morning dew on the sacred Iroko tree. But fate, cruel and sharp, tore them apart when fire destroyed his master's workshop. Esosa's family relocated to a faraway village in search for greener pasture, and Osazuwa, penniless and alone, vowed to never love again until he made a name worthy of our memory. He rose like a storm. Trade routes opened to him, his bronze work praised by urbers and foreign merchants alike. Yet, as his riches grew, so did his loneliness. Suitors lined up their daughters, offering wealth, land, even ancestral charms, but none could match the spark that once danced in Esosa's eyes. One Amatani evening, word came that a woman named Esosa had returned to Benin, widowed with a son and debts chasing her like wild dogs. Osazuwa's heart skipped. He left his compound at dawn, riding past the Ogbe market and the great moats to the outskirts of the forest where she now lived. When he saw her, withered but proud, cradling her son with fires in her eyes, Osazuwa fell to his knees. "I searched for you through time," he said, voice trembling. "Not even wealth filled the void you left, but danger lurked." Unbeknownst to them, Esosa's late husband had stolen from a deadly secret court. That very night, masked warriors stormed her hut. Osazuwa fought like a lion, his bare hands striking with the fury of forgotten gods. But they were many. Just as a blade kissed his chest, Esosa, wielding a flaming log, struck the assailant down. Blood soaked the soil, but Osazuwa lived. In the palace, the Oba heard of Osazuwa's bravery and summoned him. Before the royal court, Osazuwa spoke. "I am a man of bronze and blood, but love made me steel." The Oba smiled. "You have riches, yes, but now you have earned the wealth of heart." That day, under the bronze heads of ancestors, Osazuwa and Esosa were wed in a ceremony sung for generations. He adopted her son as his own and built a home filled not just with carvings and coral, but with laughter. And so, the richest bachelor of Benin gave away his wealth to gain something greater: a family, a legacy, and a woman whose name never left his soul. Drums of celebration echoed through the seven quarters of the Benin Kingdom. Osazuwa and Esosa's union was not just a wedding, it was a reunion of faiths long separated by the cruelty of time. The Oba himself blessed their marriage, gifting them a plot of sacred land near the Ogba River, a place believed to be touched by the spirit of ancestors. In the months that followed, Osazuwa changed. No longer was he just the rich bachelor whose name stirred envy and admiration. He became a father. Little Egiato, Esosa's son, was sharp-eyed and curious, always asking questions about the strange bronze faces and leopard carvings that guarded their home. Osazuwa took him under his wing, teaching him the ancient craft of bronze casting, how to pour molten metal with reverence, how to carve stories into immortality. Osazuwa had everything, yet peace still danced just beyond reach. One evening, a messenger from the palace arrived, panting and dusty. "My lord, the Ikwe court seeks vengeance. One of the men killed during the attack on your wife's hut was their high priest's only son. They have sworn a blood oath." These words froze the air. The Ikwe court were feared across the land, cloaked in darkness and rooted in ancient sorcery. They were known to exact revenge through dreams, poisons, and spirits bound in calabashes. The Oba, bound by the laws of the land, could not interfere in blood pacts without proofs of evil intent. That night, Osazuwa could not sleep. He poured libations to his ancestors, his voice cracking as he knelt by the family shrine. "Great fathers of the earth, if I must give my life for my family's peace, so be it. But show me the path. I do not wish to lose what I waited a lifetime to find." As the moon reached its peak, a wind rose from the west. A voice whispered through the trees, soft yet commanding, "Seek the diviner of Ogan. Only he can bend the path of vengeance." Before dawn, Osazuwa mounted his horse and rode toward Ogan Forest, a dangerous journey that few dared. The diviner, an old man named Omoruyi, lived in seclusion, surrounded by sacred statues and a grove of talking birds. When Osazuwa arrived, the old man was already waiting, as though time had whispered the bachelor's arrival into his ears. "You come bearing love, but chased by hate," Omoruyi said. Osazuwa nodded. "They seek to finish what they started." Omoruyi motioned to a pot of smoke. "Then you must return the stolen spirits." Osazuwa blinked. "What do you mean?" he said. "The Ikwe vengeance is not truly for their dead son. He stole a sacred relic, a totem that binds them to their god. If it is not returned, they will not rest." Back in Benin, Esosa remembered the small, strange wooden figure her late husband had dug under the ground. Osazuwa, strong and bold, dug it up, small, carved with screaming faces and bound with red cloth. He knew what he had to do. With courage burning in his veins, he rode to the Ikwe shrine in the deep forest. As he approached the sacred grounds, masked men emerged, blades drawn, but Osazuwa raised the relic high. "I bring what was stolen, not for mercy, but for truth." The high priest stepped forward, eyes wide with disbelief. "You speak like a lion, Osazuwa of Benin, but bravery does not spare fools." "Then call me fool," Osazuwa replied, "but know this, I do not fear death. I have already lived my miracle." Moved by his boldness, the high priest took the relic and after a tense silence declared, "The debt is settled. No blood shall spill for this again." Osazuwa left with the wind behind him, knowing he had just walked through the jaws of death and returned. The story spread like wildfire. From Ekenwan to Oselu, they spoke of Osazuwa, not just as the rich bachelor, but as a man who faced spirits and kings without bending his back. The Oba summoned him once more and declared him Ogime, guardian of legacy, a title reserved for those who shaped the very soul of the kingdom. Osazuwa used his wealth to build a school where children learned both Western knowledge and Benin traditions. He erected a bronze gallery in honor of lost artisans, and every year he led a procession to honor those who had been displaced or forgotten by time. But his proudest moment came years later. Eigiato, now a young man, stood before the Oba's court, having mastered the ancient bronze technique. With tears in his eyes, he presented his first great work, a sculpture of a lion protecting a woman and a child, with the inscription, "My father taught me that wealth means nothing without courage and love." Osazuwa, now gray-haired, wept openly. He was no longer the rich bachelor. He was a husband, a father, and a legend. And in the red heart of the Benin Kingdom, his story would never be forgotten. The end.